Alright.
So I'm not looking.
You're not looking at the camera.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is not the office.
My name is Lauren Meyer. I'm 38 years old and live in St. Augustine, Florida. I have worked at teaching sculpture at Flagler College for the last 8 years, and currently am working construction and making paintings and sculptures. I've been making art since very young. I can't even remember. Started out drawing, was encouraged by my parents to keep drawing, so I did, and it's kind of stuck with me ever since. I was immediately inspired by the students at Flagler. I think for the most part, a lot of the students that came through the program seemed to be determined, dedicated, knew what they wanted to do. The art scene in St. Augustine is pretty quiet. Not that there is not a scene. I think it's largely an underground art scene. I think that there's a lot of artists that are that have settled here, that are rooted in punk culture, a lot of surf and skate culture here. You're not seeing a lot of art that's a product of that being exposed, largely because it's a very tourist-driven city.
Art scene, as far as like graffiti around here goes, what would you say about that?
That it doesn't exist yet. I think that St. Augustine at the moment is pretty homogeneous, that there is an emphasis on the city maintaining the same aesthetic throughout the city, which is largely this Spanish aesthetic, to be attractive to tourism and keep with the history there. But I think beachside and on the island, there's real potential for another kind of beauty to leak into the landscape, and I think that beauty is can be graffiti.
And as far as the underground scene goes, what is your involvement in it?
I'm not gonna say exactly that I've been involved in it, but I've enjoyed what's coming about. I've dabbled, but that's all I'll say about that. My process in making art is it starts out really pretty chaotic, that I like to get a lot of medium down on the surface and kind of first create a mess that you can kind of mine and shape into something beautiful.
Yeah, that's going to be a more powerful solvent than freaking mineral spirits. Oh, the things I put up with this man, Drew Eggers, this is...
Like, I don't like to start with a blank canvas. I like to have something that I can react to or against. If you had gone straight into Sharpie, I bet you would have done the same thing, and then...
No.
And then I see a little bead trail of some...
Things I gotta do this.
Oh.
What advice would you have for any aspiring artists coming up in St. Augustine?
I know for myself, I've been pretty cynical about St. Augustine. I would say to artists new to the city and trying to establish roots here would be to give it a chance and give it some time. There is more artists and creative things happening here than what is on the immediate surface. There's more happening once you get underneath the surface.
It's all a part of the show.